What's going on, folks? I hope you're all doing really good. Well, I got my Hammer Chaparral back together. If you guys been watching the videos, we had to replace two pickups in this one, and there was some pretty tricky troubleshooting. I learned some cool things along the way working on this one, and I really think the pickups were bad from the factory, honestly. Which is sad. I played a lot of gigs with this guitar, but most of the nights that I played it, I would only use this guitar pretty much all night, and I would just make adjustments with the amp because the pickups would still pass some signal, enough to play gigs obviously, but they wouldn't register on an ohm meter. So eventually, years and decades later, I figured it out. But I wasn't really working on it, back then. I was just playing gigs and just playing guitars mostly. So now we've got it back in order. We got a new middle pickup and a new bridge pickup. The bridge pickup is really hot. So let's just kind of run through the sounds and see what it sounds like. I've got this kind of rotary thing going, so I'll just leave it on for now. Or actually, let's turn it off so we get a true reading of the actual pickups, right? I don't want to shortchange you guys, or me. So here we go. We're on the neck. So yeah, the neck still sounds good. That's the original neck pickup, which always sounded really sweet to me. I really did always loved the sound of this. It's big and fat, and it's got a lot of top end still too. So it's got the sparkle and the shine still. Yeah, really nice. Okay, so let's go to the position 4. This is a 5-way switch, which will be the neck and the middle pickup, okay? Okay, so we're getting a little clock kind of strat, Yeah, I like it. It seems to be a pretty good balance. I do need to lower the neck pickup a little bit. I did have a string catch under the cover on this one, okay? So that one's going to go down, which will probably balance those two out a little bit better. So let's listen to the middle pickup on its own. Got a lot of cut to that pickup. It really does. It's got a lot of shine, and it's got a little kind of a phase kind of tone. I like it. This one ohmed out at about 5.8, I think, and I believe this one was closer to 6. Okay, so let's go to the middle and the new humbucker we installed, which ohmed out at 12 something, I'm pretty sure. So let's see what that sounds like. that too. It's got a nice, kind of dulled it down a little, but it's got the quack still. And you got a little bit of the bite from the humbucker. Alright, not bad, not my go-to, but usually position 2 isn't anyway. I never try to get like, where's the, it's usually down or up or a pedal, right? Okay, so here we got the big hot humbucker. Let's see what this sounds like. I'm pretty sure it's gonna make the amps kind of dance around a little bit, so here we go. Definitely knocking the okey dokes out of the amps here for sure. Yeah, that's definitely, see, that's what I wanted right there. I wanted something with a little more heat back here, but would still work with the other pickup, okay? Now, to me, what I like in my style of playing, I like to have nice clean headroom. I like playing clean. I really do. It's really my favorite of all. I can hear the guitar's pickups and its voice and yeah, it's magic clean. But you gotta have a little dirt too. So that's where the hot humbucker comes in. You know? It's perfect for what I'm going to be doing with it, and I'm more than happy. So the next thing we got to do, guys, is I got to order a black cover for it, although this isn't horrible. If it had a zebra back here, I'd probably just leave it, but I'm going to get the right cover for it. I have a few black ones, but they're too tall, and the magnets wouldn't, protrude up through the cover. So we went with white. That's what I had on hand. I had a ton of white ones and 3 black ones that wouldn't work. And we're going to change the knobs back to the originals. These are Les Paul knobs, obviously. I like the feel of them knobs, but the original ones were brass and they were knurled and painted black. I still have them, and they're pretty much just brass now. I've worn most of the paint off them, but it fits the guitar and they go to the guitar. So we're going to get those back on it. And I'm going to put the original pickups, I got them in a box. I'm going to put those in the case for the guitar. So someday when I'm gone and whoever gets the guitar will be able to at least have the original pickups in it, in the case that went to the guitar, and everything will be together at least, I've been messing around with this kind of rotary yeah, see, I'm getting that string caught under the lip of this pickup. It's just a little bit too high on the treble side. The bass side's pretty good. It's kind of deceiving when you look down. It looks like it's really up off there, but it's not. And I might drop the middle down a little bit too. Yeah, just so I don't hit it with my pick. I'm trying to find a place where it's in between pickups, because I like to use my fingers too. So I'm gonna have to drop them down a little bit, but I do like that sound though, the kind of Leslie thing. Yeah, I gotta get used to playing this, and the pickup is definitely too high for me with the pick right there. I just kind of clunked onto it a few times right there and messed me up, but it's part of the game. You gotta get them set up to how you play, it's your technique and all that. That's really important. If stuff's getting in your way, you're gonna have to move it or change your position. I don't like to change. I just want to feel natural with my hand on the guitar like it is on every other guitar, and this is exactly the way it is. So the pickup is kind of in the way. That's why I really didn't like Stratocasters for years. I played them for years and it wasn't an issue, and then I started playing Tellys and Les Pauls all the time, and it's like a football field in between the pickups, and nothing to obstruct your fingers or pick or anything. And then when you go back to a Strat, like the volume knob's in the way and all this weird stuff, and there's a pickup in there, and so they're all a little different. And the Floyd thing too. If you just bounce around on it with your hand, or it's gonna warble and stuff, and that takes a little getting used to too. And the fact that when you hit an open string and bend a note, you can hear that pitch down. So you gotta get used to that. But all in all, I'm super happy with this guitar, and that middle pickup's pretty good. Again, I gotta stop playing because that thing's gotta go down a little bit. Anyway, the tone's there and it sounds good again, and completely different. It changed this guitar forever, really. From what it was, like I said, I'm pretty sure those pickups were on their way out or already gone or just underwound from the factory. And, that's just what it was. It still sounded okay, but I can remember having to use a lot of volume on my amplifiers to get, any kind of volume. I got through it somehow, but what a difference since I changed those two pickups. I mean, completely different guitar now, and it's too bad I missed all those years. I just didn't know, it worked. I always thought they were kind of weak and that kind of thing, but I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know that they would still pass signal even when they're gone, just weakened or whatever. I honestly think they were underwound. That's my thoughts. I'm going to look at the pickups again and look at the leads, on the pickups themselves. Make sure there's no broken wires or anything on them. I haven't inspected them since I took them out, so it's worth a look, nonetheless. Well, anyway, folks, thanks for checking this one out. You'll be seeing me play this one more often, I'm sure. It's a really fun guitar to play, and and it's been around me for a long time. Like I said, I played a ton of gigs with that thing. I mean a ton. And the Super Strats, that's what it was, you know, in the 80s. Gibson and Fender really were taking a back seat then. And, you know, you had the hairband era, and everybody that was in a band in the 80s, you know, rock and roll band, most of them had a headstock that looked like a hockey stick like this. Super Strats, everybody played them. Jacksons and Chaparrals and Hamers, and I even have a Gibson Super Strat, a U2, a really rare guitar too. I really liked playing them, you know, and they were dependable. They stayed in tune well, you know, the locking system. You could dive bomb and bend strings and nothing ever went out of tune. One thing I really like about the Super Strats is the fine tuners. I forgot how awesome that is. You know, when you play a chord, or whatever, this is how I always did it. I always play like a. So I can hear that one's out. You could just pinpoint your tuning, right? Just perfect. You know, and the thing of it is, you can hold the chord and actually tune the guitar instead of having to go like this, which doesn't work well. So I did forget about how cool the fine tuners were. That ought to be something that ought to be on at least Stratocasters. We should at least have those. I remember my father had a BB King Lucille that had those on it. It wasn't a locking system, but it did have fine tuners on it. And that was, you know, what a great addition to a guitar, in my opinion. Anyway, I got a few more projects coming up here, folks. I ordered some push-pull pots, and I'm gonna overhaul this Super Strat over here. This is the one I built. That's got some vintage Bill Lawrence pickups in it, hot rails, 4-wire too. So I'm gonna add the push-pulls on them, both of them, so I can split them and stuff. And I'm gonna dig out some more of my Super Strats and go over them, set up the Floyd Rose systems, because back then I think I was playing 10 gauge strings maybe. And the thing about a Floyd, if you set it up for 10s and then you put a set of 9s on it or a set of 11s, no go. You got to reset. So you kind of have to do that, you know, with even a hardtail sometimes. But these are really finicky, you know, that way. So, but once you get them dialed into your string gauge and you get them strings stretched out good and lock that thing down, they stay in tune better than anything ever built, in my opinion. So I'm gonna dig a few more of them out. I got a nice old Valley Arts over there, Super Strat with EMGs in it. I mean, you know, that's old school stuff. That's got a low serial number too on it. Really fun guitars. A Chaparral over there, Model 4. I am going to do a studio tour really soon, folks, and I got to get it cleaned up and dig some stuff out, because I've got stuff that you guys have not seen. Trust me. There's more, and I have friends that collect too, so they've already told me I can video their collections and demo and try out anything I want. So that's really cool too. I will never ever run out of content, I can tell you that. I haven't even been through all of my gear yet, so I think I'm up to like almost 300 40 videos or something. This channel's been going since last June, late June I think is when I started, and I've been putting out some videos for sure. I try to do it every day if I can. Some days I can't, but other days I'll put multiple videos on in a day too. So I try to keep it interesting for you guys. Try to have a few laughs and show you some cool stuff if I can. All right, we'll get to some more bench work. I got a few more guitars that I need to do some mods for a few friends, and I'm gonna show you guys that. And also, I'm gonna have some guys, a three-piece band, come over sometime here soon and record a few songs in the studio here. I'm gonna, just run the recorder and do my part and get everything set up and capture it. So I'm gonna try to document that along the way too. Should be pretty easy. I can isolate the three of them and probably run it down, all together. Maybe not even to a click track. So we'll see. That's the easiest way to do it if you got a good solid drummer and the guys can play it together, and there you go. In my case, if I'm doing it by myself, I usually have to use a click, because if you're starting out with just one guitar track and trying to stack drums on it, if you don't play it to a click, you'll never make it through the track. You just won't, because your time fluctuates a lot, Well, anyway, folks, thanks again for checking this out and following me through the process on this one. And I am really happy to have this guitar back in the rotation. I'm going to dig a few more of my super strats out here soon. And we get some more acoustics I'm going to show you. There's lots of stuff coming up, so stay tuned, guys, and thanks again for watching. Welcome to all the new subscribers, and we'll see you guys real soon. Be good. Okey doke.